Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I think I finally did it, okay? I think I finally solved the mystery on what happened to Atlanthian City inside of Loomian Legacy and how it turned into Atlanthian City. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you go down there, like, and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. Alright, so I was doing a little bit of digging last night for yesterday's video, and I actually came across something very, very interesting, and this was a little bit of gameplay from the actual days of Pokemon Brick Bronze, where Jake gets captured by Team Eclipse, and, you know, the entire thing happens with that. But then, of course, also at the same time, Team Eclipse was fleeing the scene because of the giant bomb that they planted, or like the generator. They were gonna blow it up or something like that. And basically, Dialga Palkia came there to stop it, right? And of course, I've been talking about this entire, you know, Atlanthian City fell down from the sky and is now Atlanthian City theory, right? I mean, there's a lot of good, strong, you know, solid evidence to actually support this. We can even go inside of the game where they actually do mention Atlanthian City, like in Loomian Legacy. So clearly, Atlanthian City would have had to existed in Loomian Legacy for this to actually have happened, right? And, you know, they wouldn't just have Atlanthian City be in the game while also having Atlanthian City, if that kind of makes sense, okay? So I also made, you know, an entire theory video about talking about, you know, what I thought happened. You know, of course, you know, maybe Cypress or whatever came back and, like, blew up the thing. It fell out of the sky, and then boom, fell into the water, and now it's called Atlanthian City because Atlantis is, in fact, an underwater city. Well, I actually have some more really strong evidence for this thing, okay? It's just absolutely crazy. This is going to be kind of like a little bit of a messy video because I just really want to talk about this. So, without further ado, let's just jump straight into it, okay? So, as we know, Atlanthian City is the underwater city of Loomian Legacy, and Atlanthian City was the sky city of Loomian Legacy. Now, if we time travel all the way back to the Pokemon Brick Bronze days, we would know that inside of Atlanthian City, Cypress, the main evil team leader of the game, was actually trying to blow up Atlanthian City. Because, I mean, that's just what evil people do, okay? So inside of the generator thing, that actually kept Atlanthian City afloat. I think they started planting, like, bombs or something in there. And basically, what they wanted to do was just explode it to the point where it wouldn't make the entire island explode, per se, but more of just, like, it would shut the generator off, and it would cause such, like, a cataclysmic thing to where it would literally just fall out of the sky, boom, into the water, and then, you know, whatever happens from there happens, okay? And as the story goes, you know, Palkia's roar stabilized the city, and Dialga completely froze time to the point where we could go in, stop the entire bomb from, you know, exploding and all that stuff, and then, boom, you know, we saved the day. Wow, we're such, you know, big grand heroes, right? Well, here's the thing. What if Palkia and Dialga were never there? And that's my entire basis for today's theory, guys. So, put it like this, Loomian Legacy and Pokemon Brick Bronze, of course, two separate timelines, okay? One of them, you have Pokemon. One of them, you do not have Pokemon. But the universes in and itself are technically, like, one of the same, okay? They kind of follow the same series of events. They kind of follow, like, the same thing. Maybe, you know, one of them is a couple years ahead of each other. Who knows? I don't really know. But the entire thing stands that Roria between Pokemon Brick Bronze and Loomian Legacy is relatively the same, whether, again, that be in the future, and, of course, Pokemon Brick Bronze being in the past, or vice versa. Now, here's the thing, okay? With this, there's going to be a lot of complications. Time is definitely a very confusing subject. So if there are some, you know, kind of complications with this theory, I do apologize, but this is, in my opinion, the strongest theory that is going to be presented for this entire thing, okay? So, think about it like this. Again, like I said, Pokemon Brick Bronze had Dialga and Palkia, Loomian Legacy doesn't. Well, think about it like this. If Loomian Legacy doesn't have Dialga and Palkia, well, how then would Atlanthian City have been stopped from blowing up out of the sky? Okay, so again, Dialga and Palkia do not exist in this Loomian Legacy Roria timeline, so therefore, Atlanthian City falls out of the sky, Cypress completes his plan, but at what cost? Because you gotta think about it like this. You can't get away after blowing up an entire city scot-free, okay? There would have to be some complications in the future, or at least something where you would get reprimanded because, again, you literally just blew up a city. So, my entire theory, and, you know, this is like a little separate theory in and itself on why we don't see Team Eclipse inside of the game, is because Team Eclipse actually disbanded after Atlanthian City blew up. Atlanthian City was the main, like, center of Roria, okay? This would literally be like if, I don't know, maybe, like, the capital of the US or something just was completely wiped off the map, okay? Somebody came in and did that. Well, of course, you know, the person that did that would get reprimanded. Same thing here, you know, with Team Eclipse, right? They would have gotten reprimanded, either arrested, either, you know, jailed, like literally anything, whatever happened to them, they would have eventually disbanded. And again, that is the reason why we don't see Team Eclipse inside of Loomian Legacy. And also, look at it like this. Could you imagine, because, I mean, listen, and this is something that our mentee brought up, if Team Eclipse could get from our world and, you know, open up a portal to another world, and of course, after they got sent through another portal, they're not in the same world as Jake, okay? That was explicitly said they are not in the same world as Jake, but they are very close. So, what if Team Eclipse leader Cypress finds another way to open up a portal, get to Jake's world, he comes in there to realize his entire thing kind of, sort of, you know, didn't really go as expected. Atlanthian City fell down into the water, became Atlanthian City, and boom. From there, guys, that is how Atlanthian City exists. Now, inside of the game, we have Team Eclipse, we have Cypress, all back inside of the game. We have a new evil team, you know, just kind of roaming around. Again, it's a very far-fetched thing once you actually start getting to, like, the Team Eclipse side of things, but it definitely would be very awesome to see an actual reference back to Team Eclipse coming inside of Loomian Legacy. And also, having the interaction between Cypress and Jake once again inside of Loomian Legacy would be amazing. Having, you know, that entire rivalry from Pokemon Brick Bronze carried all the way to Loomian Legacy, you know, of course, having that nostalgia of fighting, you know, Cypress and all that stuff once again would just be amazing. Especially, think of how good of a remodel Cypress is gonna look if it was turned into, like, the Anthro kind of thing, okay? I can't even imagine it. It would look so cool. And also, you know, this probably would have gone down as some, like, big event, you know, like, oh, Team Eclipse finally captured. It would be breaking news headlines all across Rory, okay? So then, for them to come back, could you imagine literally all of, like, the panic that would ensue, okay? Everybody thinks that, you know, after maybe, who knows, 10, 20 years after Team Eclipse disbands, they somehow come back from the future. Okay, think of how interesting of a storyline that actually would be for Loomian Legacy. Like, it is just such a crazy thing, okay? But yeah, so, again, there's a lot of, you know, kind of like plot holes and stuff, because you gotta go into, like, some things if, you know, if, I guess, maybe, sort of, he gets jailed in this universe and he comes back from the other, how does that realistically work? Like, you know, they're in multiple different timelines. Are they in, like, does, like, a version of Cypress exist in, like, multiple different timelines? Again, time is just such a very, very weird thing that I can't really, you know, explain it well, because, I don't think anybody can explain it well. But yeah, so again, to sum it all up, guys, Dialga and Palkia do not exist in Loomian Legacy, therefore they cannot stop the bomb from exploding. Team Eclipse fulfills their plan, Atlanthian City falls out of the sky, becomes Atlanthian City, Team Eclipse returns back to Loomian Legacy, boom, comes there, everybody is, you know, completely shocked and like, oh my gosh, how are they here, what? And, yeah. That's just a theory, guys, a Lumi theory, and if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you go down there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.